Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Abe with MysticGenmara.com, a small town mystic from the middle of Idaho. And tonight, whenever you happen to be seeing this, I would like to offer your elemental energy reading for the week of November 16th through the 22nd for the elements earth, air, fire, water, using the runes. These are general readings, so take what works, leave the rest for someone else. If you're interested in your own rune set, there's a bunch of fun links in the description, and there's also a natal chart if you've never had your charts read, which gives you your base 12 houses and all the fun bits and bobs that go with it. And then it has a 10 to 20 page report telling you what all that means, because there's a lot there. But with that, we'll get started with our runes for the elemental energy of fire. Fire covers the zodiac of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So, fire family, we are starting you off with the Inga's rune, which is a rune of fertility. The color is yellow, and tarot association is the Judgment. Astrology is the new moon, so this is the completion of an idea or project, a new beginning, a time of positive energies, good fortune. So fire, you're starting this week off actually really grounded and really ready for things to happen. And with Judgment coming in, you have this beautiful ability to discern between what's the next option and what's the best possible outcome to go with that. And fire, you're the one who gets to make that decision. It's not in someone else's hands. There's this energy that's coming up here is tied to fate in a way, where you've completed everything up to this point according to whatever structure you had started, but now you get to change things. Now you get to reimagine how you want to move forward. It's not just the same rote table that you've been doing forever. You have a lot of shifting that's starting to come in. Your second rune is the Gibo rune, which is the rune of blessings and generosity, color of deep blue. Tarot association is the Lovers, and astrology is Pisces. So this is actually kind of contrarian energy to you because it's a lot of water. It's a sign of gifts and generosity, giving, people coming together and relationships deepening. So you definitely are in a situation right now where there could be a path shift for you this week. It could be a relationship that's going from base friendship into something deeper. It could be you could even be having your wedding this week. There's a lot of shifting energies, but it's all stuff shifting in the right way. And the outcome is actually looking really well with that Inga's fertility energy plus the Gibo blessings generosity. I feel like there's this, someone owes you something and you've forgotten about it, fire. And it's actually going to be coming back to you this week. So that generosity and the blessings are things that you've offered in the past, and you never expect anything back from it. But this week there's definitely an energy of repayment coming in, which is returning the generosity that you've offered before. So you've got a really interesting energy coming up here. So see how things play out. There's definitely this fertile energy of something new, but you're also getting this gifting energy that something's coming back to you that you set free before. So see how that plays out. Pay attention to your intuition, because I feel like that's going to be playing a part with this. So let's hop over to our Earth family. Earth covers the zodiac signs of Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And Earth, you're starting off with the Wunjo rune, which is the rune of joy. Color is yellow, tarot association is strength, and astrology is Leo, so you're getting to work with a little bit of fire energy here. It's a sign of happiness and harmony, a situation changing for the better. So what is it you've been wanting to do differently in your life, Earth? There's this energy coming forward with this rune that says you're ready for a positive shift. You're ready for a change of pace. Something has felt a little sluggish or stuck here lately, and now the universe is saying, okay, what would you change? They're offering you the question. This week is a good time to do some thinking about that. How would you shift your life? What would you create differently? You're the one with the paintbrush in your hand, so what do you want to do differently? Your second rune is the Isa rune, which is the rune of ice. It is color of black. Tarot association is hermit, and astrology is the moon. It's some kind of an obstacle, coldness between people, a time to observe, keep silent, refraining from comment. Earth. The universe is being pretty loud right now that you are ready to change something in your life. That's Wunjo. But it's calling in joy by this change. But Isa is saying it's time to step away from where you've been. Things need to settle down, and this is a good time to maybe take a break, do some inner work, do some mental health stuff, even if it's something as simple as taking a bath with some candles. It doesn't matter, but this is a week where you get to pull away from the chaos of the outside world because you're being offered the opportunity and the powerful gift to step into a joyful new existence. But you have to figure out what that joyful new existence is going to look like. And that's what they're wanting you to do this week, is really step back and figure out what is going to work for you in this moment. Because it's not going to be the same as someone else's. You are the one making your path, and your path is not the same as anyone else, no matter what they tell you. So you really get to explore this week, but you're not going to do it in a crowd. Isa is saying step back. Pay attention to the details, but don't be involved right now. Just see what's coming up and make decisions based upon that. So let's hop over to our air family. Air covers the zodiac signs of Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Before we head into air, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video, and comment. Let me know your thoughts, feelings, and impressions. It's always fun to hear what other people feel about the runes. And air, you have a similar rune start to fire, which is the Gibo rune, which is your blessings and generosity. Color is blue, deep blue, so think ocean. The tarot association is the lovers, and astrology is Pisces. So you're working with some water energy, but air, you actually get along with water really well. So this is a good sign. It's gifts, generosity, giving, people coming together, relationships deepening. So air, I feel like you have a connection to water, specifically Pisces, but water in general. It could be that you have water pretty high up in your chart. It could also be that your significant other or your friend group is really full of water, because there's this energy that's coming up for you that says, I offer a lot, I give a lot, and I don't really expect anything in return, which is kind of air. They're very intellectual, very analytical, but when they choose to be gifty and friendly, they're pretty generous. At least the ones I've known. And what this is also saying is the water is there to support you. So the two of you coming together can do two things. One, create a hurricane, which is never good. But two, air and water can sustain life. So you have got a very interesting dynamic going forward here. Your second rune, this could be a little interesting, is the Hagalaz rune, which is the rune of hail. Color is light blue, tarot association is the world, so it's a completion cycle. Astrology is Aquarius, so this is tapping into your energy as well. It's unexpected setbacks or problems, attempts to let things flow, possible disruptive natural events. Talk about hurricanes. But the energy here is saying water is going to be your ally. Gibo is going to be your ally. Pisces is going to be the person who's really there to support you, because you are air. They're showing me that you're way in your head right now, that you're overthinking something, and I don't know that they're not showing me what, but I'm getting this energy that you're definitely overthinking it, and it's time to really step back. That's where the water is going to be such a benefit for you this week. Is water likes to just go with the flow. They're not going to fight if they don't have to, and that kind of Scooby and Shaggy vibe is really a positive thing, and not be so, I have to analyze, I have to overthink, I have to plan, I have to plot, I have to do all these things. Air, that's the air part of you. Work with that water so you can let some of that overthinking, that stress that comes with it, you can let that kind of pass away, because it's really not going to be beneficial this week. There's enough going on that you don't need to add hyperfixation on it as well. So it's really a good time to take a breath, tap into your water friends and family, and let them show you how to play. The Pisces fish are great for escapism. So that's a good way for you to kind of release some of that tension. The problems will still be there, but if you're in a more relaxed state, you might see the solution even quicker. So let's take a peek. Air had an interesting one that was a little dark. Not dark, intense. Let's hop over to our water family, which is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, all of our fishies out there. And, oops, wrong page. Water, you are starting off with the Iawaz rune, which is the yew tree. Color is dark blue. Tarot association is the Hanged Man, which also is one of the Pisces tarots. Your astrology is Scorpio, so you definitely have an interesting water aspect here. Protection, time of death and rebirth, foresight, and perseverance. When we look at the Hanged Man in tarot, it's really saying it's time to look at things from a different perspective, because you're missing something, water. There's something that's in the way that you're just not quite there. With Scorpio coming forward, though, there's a little bit of an arrogance that comes with that, and there's also this aspect of protecting that which is yours. So it could be just putting up the bluff to try to drive back somebody, but are they really the threat? That is an energy that's coming up here. Are you pushing back on something that's really not that big of a deal? Are you pushing back on something that in another world wouldn't even ping your radar, because there's something you're missing? That's where the Hanged Man's coming in. It's time to change perspectives. It's time to step out of the realm which you were, which water's good for because they can fit to form anything. It's time to shift a little bit, shake up the waters, cause a couple of waves, see what happens, but there's an aspect of something that's not being seen here that's coming up. So let's take a peek at your second rune, see if that gives us any more clarification. We have Perth, which is the rune of fate. So before we get further into that, this means that there's whatever's going on here, whatever you're missing, is something that's been fated. Like, this is a path that you have been expected to take, a path that you've put your foot on this path years ago, is what I'm hearing, and now's the time where you get to see the fruition of that. The part that you're missing is the outcome, because you're not sure how it's going to work, and that's making you a little bit more nervous about it. So let's see what Perth has to say. We have the color of black. The Tarot Association is Wheel of Fortune, cycles and change. Astrology is Saturn, so you definitely need to focus on some discipline this week. Mystery, chance, unexpected material gains and surprises, hidden things coming to light. So you are really stepping into this image and this energy of there's a shift going on. There's something that you're missing. That's where Perth and Iawaz are both saying you've got something else going on here. And there's a secret that needs to come to light. Water, the secret's one you're the one who wrote the secret. So your secret you're hiding is the one that you've hid from yourself, which sounds challenging, which sounds ridiculous. But water, you have the ability, because think about it. You are the ocean, you are the sea. How many secrets are in there? So this really is just something that you've put into the void, into the vortex, into the heart of the ocean. You forgot about it, and now it's coming to fruition, but you feel like there's something, it almost feels like you're out of control. But you're the one that set this thing in motion. You're the one who had the original goal. So this is literally just playing out the way you wanted it to. You got distracted and forgot what your goal was. So that's actually kind of an odd way of looking at life this week. But water, it's not negative. The energy that's coming in here is not so much like, shame on you. It's more of, be more disciplined in how you put things out. When water is at its apex, creation and manifestation become very easy for them because they're already in their emotions. So they can call forth that, that powerful energy of emotion to create, but then they get distracted and forget and wander off, and then something plops in their lap and they're like, I don't remember doing this. That's where that Saturn energy comes in, that more disciplinary father figure in the divine aspect. So water, there's a lot going on this week for you. There's a lot of shifting that's going on, but it's also a call to be more disciplined in how you think and act. So if you have air around you, specifically air, they can help you get out of your emotions, and you can help them get out of their heads. So this is a good dynamic for air and water, and you guys both kind of lean into each other this week anyway. So see how that plays out for everyone. Overall, this week is going to be pretty positive. There's a lot of change going on. There's a lot of shifting going on. If you are in the northern, well, if you're in the United States anywhere really at this point, you're probably noticing that there's the aurora borealis that's been seen way further south than it ever has been. But when we see that kind of solar energy, it's causing a lot of shifting within us as well. So allow yourself the gift of rest, allow yourself the gift of embracing this change that's coming forward. Change is never easy. It can be exciting, but it can also be challenging. But embrace the gift that you have the ability to see the change and adapt with it, because that's really what's coming up as important for all 4 signs. So with that, I will let you guys and gals go. I will see you in the next video. Have a great rest of your week.